Welcome to part 11. Many of you may be asking a rather obvious question at this point in the module, which is, just how many triggers are there? Well, the answer is there's hundreds of triggers. However, not even native speakers use all of them, and so you probably won't either. The secret is to focus on the most important ones. In other words, the ones you'll actually use. So far we have quiero que, necesito que, and espero que. Now these are all very common triggers that you will almost certainly use in the course of everyday conversation. The problem is that too many people try to memorize a huge list of every possible trigger in the subjunctive, and they almost always get overwhelmed and drown. A much better way is to focus only on what you'll use. So, to add to our list of 3, I'm going to give you a couple more very important triggers now. Saying I like that or I would like that often triggers the subjunctive. So we get me gusta que or me gustaría que. For example, I like that the teacher talks with me. The word for the teacher is la maestra. La maestra. Now, I wonder if you could translate this into Spanish. Have a go. Me gusta que la maestra hable conmigo. Here we have our trigger, me gusta que, followed by a specific person, the teacher. La maestra. This triggers the subjunctive, so we get hable, and finally conmigo. Me gusta que la maestra hable conmigo. What about this one? I like that my children eat very well every day. How would you translate that? Me gusta que mis niños coman muy bien todos los días. Here we have a trigger, me gusta que, and here we have the verb in the subjunctive, coman. Here's another trigger for you. I prefer that. This would be prefiero que. Prefiero que. Look at this example. I prefer that he waits here. How would you say that in Spanish, knowing that I prefer that is a trigger? It would be prefiero que espere aquí. Here is our trigger in the subjunctive, prefiero que. What about I prefer that she waits here and make she explicit? Prefiero que ella espere aquí. I prefer that they wait here. How would you translate that? Prefiero que esperen aquí. I prefer that you call after 8. To express after 8 would be después de las 8. Try to translate that now. Prefiero que llames después de las 8. I prefer that my daughter learns Spanish instead of French. To express instead of French would be en lugar de francés. Prefiero que mi hija aprenda español en lugar de francés. Here again we have trigger with the verb in the subjunctive. What this means is that so far we have 5 triggers to work with, and these are triggers that we're going to use a lot. So we're not wasting our time worrying about unnecessary stuff that's only going to overwhelm us or slow us down. We have quiero que, necesito que, espero que, me gusta que, and prefiero que. Now, of course, as I've told you, there are plenty more, but you'll only get overwhelmed by worrying about them. So let's grab this handful of important triggers first and keep moving forward.